Hi, you're at jeffandrus.com and I'm Jeff Andrus. In a manner of speaking, actually, I'm not Jeff Andrus. I'm an image of him. And it could be that when you see this and when you hear it, I'll be dead. A serious thought. And for me, one serious thought leads to another. Like, what are you doing here? There are obvious reasons. You have a computer, your parents do, your friends do. Or you're at the library using one that taxpayers like me just hate paying for. Regardless, you've typed something into your browser. A woman in black panties who will do anything. Now, if that's the case, I'm sorry, they're not going to do them here. I don't know much about the internet, but I do know what a meta tag is. And that's a word you put into your hypertext marketing language, HTML, that is not seen on the site, but is picked up by search engines. So if you're interested in, say, Cal Berkeley and its sports teams, uh, you might, I don't know, you might put in their mascot, like Trojans, or I don't know what the mascot is at Cal, commie rats, or the rival of Cal down south, Stanford University. As far as I know, they don't have a mascot. They have a color, so it might be Pinkos, and but first and 10, do it again, Pinkos, harder, first and goal, whatever it is. I really don't care about those two schools, and I look at college sports as pretty much like soccer. Not for Jeff. But I use those examples because what I've done is put in some meta tags that have got you here by some kind of, subterfuge. And that's kind of my job. For 30 years, I was a freelance writer and just lied through my teeth all the time, changing things, making them up. Is what writers do. They do it in newsrooms. They do it in books. And speaking of books, one of the reasons for this site is to sell this book, Malibu Palms. This is my last book that I wrote. It's upside down, and so if I show it like this, it's a mirror image. Well, that's because we're in another dimension, aren't we? Malibu Palms. You can get this at Amazon and other bookstores. It's got pages. That's something you can hold in your hand. Or if you're into computers and devices and stuff, you can get electronic copies for Kindle or whatever. Now, I can see that some people, having been brought here by false pretenses, and are not going to feel real good about buying a book from me, and they're not going to trust this talking image. So what I've done with my site, over 30 years, there are examples of my work. Short, real short. Because my thought about people who are on the internet is that they read with their lips moving, and they have to use their finger to underline words so they can keep track of where they are. In other words, I don't really respect my audience, with the one exception, and that's the people who do read something and they're amused or their heads are scrambled. Those are the people I love, because those are the people who just might buy Malibu Palms. And if you do that, I'll be able to give my dog the operation it needs to live, and I'll be a very happy guy. In spite of the fact I have a pension, and it probably doesn't make any difference whether I get money from you or not. Barack Obama's been taking care of me, and it's a really kind of a freeing sort of thing to have that happen. There won't be any money left over for you when it comes your time to retire, but hopefully you'll have saved up enough pennies that you'll want to buy Malibu Palms. I used to go to bed and read the Bible every night. Now it's this book that I read. Every night I read it over and over and over. It's not anything like the Bible. For one thing, it's shorter, which is kind of nice. And for another, every time I read it, I find another typo or spelling error. So I don't know what you're going to do. You may look for those girls at Cal, wherever you're going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a few drinks. I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to look for more typos, so that when we come to a second edition, you'll get a perfect copy. God bless you. I love you. I'm sure God does. I'm sure a lot of you are going to go to hell, but I can't help that. This is like This is like an indulgence. It'll get you out a little bit. Not much, but it'll get you out a little bit. Okay, so buy it, okay?